Story: A Midsummer Night's Dream. Once upon a time, in the mystical land of Athens, there existed a realm where fairies, mortals, and mischief intermingled. This ethereal place was the setting for a tale known as A Midsummer Night's Dream. In this enchanting land, the Duke of Athens, Theseus, was preparing for his grand wedding to Hippolyta, the Queen of the Amazons. The whole city buzzed with excitement as preparations were underway, and the air was filled with anticipation. Amidst the festivities, a group of young lovers found themselves entangled in a web of mistaken identities and mischievous spells. Hermia, a beautiful and headstrong young woman, was in love with Lysander. However, her father, Aegeus, had other plans for her. He insisted that she marry Demetrius, a man she did not love. Desperate to be with her true love, Hermia confided in her best friend Helena, who secretly loved Demetrius. Together, they hatched a plan to escape into the nearby forest, where they could be free from the constraints of Athenian society. Little did they know that this forest was a realm where magic held sway, and dreams could become reality. Meanwhile, a group of amateur actors known as the Mechanicals were preparing to perform a play for the Duke's wedding celebrations. Led by the well-meaning but hapless Nick Bottom, the troupe rehearsed diligently in the hope of impressing the court with their acting prowess. Unbeknownst to all, the fairy kingdom that resided in the forest was in a state of chaos. The king and queen of the fairies, Oberon and Titania, were locked in a bitter dispute. Oberon, determined to teach his queen a lesson, sought the help of his mischievous servant Puck. Armed with a magical flower whose juice, when applied to a person's eyes, could make them fall madly in love with the first creature they saw upon waking, Oberon instructed Puck to use it on Titania as she slept. However, the mischievous sprite's penchant for mischief led him to create chaos among the mortals as well. As night fell, the lovers and the Mechanicals ventured into the bewitched forest. In the darkness, Puck mistakenly applied the love potion to the wrong individuals, leading to a series of comedic and confusing encounters. Lysander, under the influence of the potion, abandoned his love for Hermia and fell head over heels for Helena, who believed she was being mocked. Demetrius, also enchanted, pursued Hermia relentlessly, while she tried desperately to win back Lysander's affections. The forest became a playground of mistaken identities, unrequited love, and absurd situations. Meanwhile, Oberon observed the chaos his prank had unleashed and realized the error of his ways. Determined to right the wrongs, he ordered Puck to correct his misdeeds. The mischievous sprite set about undoing the spells, and one by one, the lovers were awakened from their enchanted slumber. As the sun rose over the forest, the lovers awoke, their memories of the previous night a blur, their emotions in disarray. They stumbled upon each other and shared a bewildered laugh at the absurdity of their predicament. Love, in all its complexities, had both tormented and enlightened them. Back in Athens, the Duke and his court prepared for the grand wedding festivities. The Mechanicals, unaware of the magical events in the forest, nervously awaited their chance to perform. Little did they know that their lives would be forever changed. As the court gathered to witness the play, the Mechanicals took to the stage. The Mechanicals' performance began, and to everyone's surprise, it turned out to be a hilarious spectacle. The troupe's comically exaggerated gestures, mixed-up lines, and unintended mishaps had the entire court roaring with laughter. Even the Duke and his bride-to-be were unable to contain their amusement. Amidst the laughter, Oberon and Titania, having resolved their differences, watched from the shadows,
delighting in the joy their enchantments had inadvertently brought. The fairies, too, found themselves captivated by the human world and the power of love. With the play concluded, the Duke commended the mechanicals for their entertaining performance, declaring it a highlight of the festivities. The troupe, initially anxious about their abilities, found themselves basking in the glory of their success. As the celebrations reached their peak, the forest and its magical inhabitants slowly faded away, returning to their hidden realm. The lovers, having come through their trials and tribulations, realized the fickleness of love and the importance of choosing one's heart's true desire.
Hermia and Lysander embraced, reaffirming their love for each other. Demetrius, freed from the enchantment, acknowledged Helena's unwavering devotion and discovered a newfound affection for her. The four lovers, no longer entangled in a web of confusion, emerged with a deeper understanding of themselves and the power of love's unpredictability. Back in the fairy realm, Oberon and Titania reigned once again, their love rekindled. Puck, having learned the consequences of his mischief, vowed to be more careful with his magic in the future, and so the tale of A Midsummer Night's Dream concluded with a whimsical blend of love, laughter, and enchantment. Athens returned to its tranquil state, with the memory of that extraordinary night lingering in the hearts of those who had experienced its magic. In the years that followed, the story of the lovers, fairies, and mechanicals became the stuff of legend. It was retold countless times, passed down through generations, and performed on stages far and wide. Each telling was a reminder that love is a force both beautiful and bewildering, capable of transforming even the most ordinary of nights into a midsummer's dream.